Hey people, it's me again. It's a quick follow-up video about my journey. Um, Today is January 14th, Saturday. I wasn't supposed to have my sleep study done till the 25th of this month, but I was actually at work this past week. They called me at the fire. I was at the fire station. They called me up, so they had a cancellation and wanted to know if I could come in or if I wanted to come in that night and have it done. So I made a few arrangements. Got off work and went and had the sleep study done. Um, I got there about 7:15, 7:20. Uh, they told me to get there around that time. They wouldn't let me in until 7:30. Uh, Filled some paperwork out. Got in the bag. It was like a little hotel room. It was pretty cool. I didn't know the hospital had that. There, they had like 10 or 15 rooms that were pretty much like little hotel rooms, and had a lot of paperwork to fill out. But once the dude, he told me fill this paperwork out, get changed. I had to carry some clothes, sleeping clothes. I carried some shorts and a t-shirt. And once I did all that and got changed in my night clothes, they gave me some medicine to take. Had to get it filled before I went though. And once I got changed in my night clothes, they told me to go ahead and take one of them. You take a Klonopin, which I don't take medicine very much, and about the strongest thing I take is ibuprofens or Aleve. So the Klonopin, is kicking in, and about that time he started, the little dude there had to put all the electrodes on me, and I tell you, there was electrodes everywhere, all over my head. Luckily, I shaved my head because I had electrodes all over my head. I mean, everywhere, front to back, and behind the ears, down my neck. Had like one right here, one on my jaw, one down lower my jaw. So I had like electrodes all over my face, all over my head. I had EKG on. I had like two bands that went across my chest and one across my abdomen that were hooked up. Um, they even shaved parts of my leg and hooked up two electrodes on each leg, make sure I didn't have restless leg syndrome. I'm thinking, man, luckily they are drugging me up because I would not be able to sleep with all this stuff on me. And so I'm sitting there, and he said, sit on the bed, relax, you can watch TV if you want. And so I sat there, I turned TV on, didn't really watch it. I had a book with me, so I got my book out, started reading my book. And then he brought in a couple CPAP masks for me to try on. And I tried on not the nose, just the nose. And they had a few different sizes of those. And he asked me if I slept with my mouth open. I told him, I don't know. I'm asleep when I don't know. And that's one thing my wife really doesn't look for if I sleep with my mouth open. So he's like, so try this on your nose and open your mouth. So I put it on, he turned the machine on, and I'm holding it on my nose. He said, no, open your mouth. So as I opened my mouth, air was just like, it was making a circle. It was just coming right back out my mouth. He said, so that's not going to do you any good if you sleep with your mouth open. It's like, okay, I can see that. He said, so try this mask on. It was a mask that just covered my mouth, and then it barely covered the tip of my nose. And it just sat on me right there. And then I had another one that was a full, almost like a bag valve mask, full everything. And I was like, no, I don't like that. And so I went with the one that was just around the mouth and just tipping the nose. And so I had to sit there. He let me sit there for like 15 or 20 minutes just wearing it. And I actually was reading my book, wearing it, just getting used to it. And of course, I have no problems with stuff on my face. I don't get claustrophobic. That aspect, being a firefighter, I have to wear an SCBA pretty often, and so wearing that's not a big issue. And so he came back in, he hooked more stuff up to me. I had to wear like a nasal cannula with had a little hook that went inside my mouth. Had something else taped to my face underneath my nose, and I mean, I just had stuff all over my head and tape all over my body. And those electrodes, they like stick it in some kind of goop, and then they stick it on your head, and they just mash it down, and that goop was all over the place. The one that really bugged me was one right behind your ear. I don't know what that's for or what they're reading, but they put some goop on that electrode and mash it down right there, and like mashed my ear down and had like my ear stick to my head. Man, that drove me nuts. I hate that. Ugh. I still felt like a day or two after it was done, I still felt like I had goop behind my ears. Uh, Anyways, I went ahead and took the Ambien they prescribed me. I took the Ambien, and when they say lights out, I mean lights out at like 9:45, pitch black, dark, lights out. And I didn't have no trouble going to sleep because they gave me enough drugs to knock a camel out. So I fell asleep, wasn't no problem. And only thing that really bothered me was sleeping on my back. I don't sleep on my back. I sleep on my sides. And so sleeping on my back, I figured it'd give me some problems, but I passed right on out. And it didn't feel too long after I fell asleep. Maybe, I don't know, there wasn't no clocks. I mean, it was pitch black. I don't know how long I was asleep. But it felt like not long after I was asleep, the dude came back in and hooked CPAP up to me. And slept the rest of the night with CPAP. And I couldn't tell a difference. I guess I was so drugged up, knocked out. I don't know. I slept pretty good, really. And they asked me if I wanted somebody to come pick me up. And I said, yeah, that's no problem. My wife can come pick me up. They said, well, tell her to be here at 5:30. I'm like, well, that's not really going to work. She works from 1 to 1 or 12. She works 12 noon to midnight. She's a nurse. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. She can't get here at 5:30 to pick me up. And they was like, well, you can just stay here and sleep it off. And then when you feel ready, you can go, you can leave. All right, that's fine. And I actually woke up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's the latest I slept in a long time. I usually get up no matter what, putting the kids to school or getting up ready to go to work or whatever. I'm up at 6 every day. No more sleeping in. So I got up, and they done unhooked me and everything. I guess they came in at like 5:30 and unhooked me from everything. And I really don't remember that. I don't know. I guess I was just so knocked out, tired, sleepy. I don't know. I woke up, took a shower. They had a bathroom there. Like I said, it was like a little hotel room. So I took a shower, got dressed, and that was it. About a day or two later, the doctor's office called me and said they've got in touch with the CPAP machine people, that I need to go down there and pick up my CPAP machine. I'm like, okay. So I went down there Thursday and saw that guy. I don't know what his description would be. He works at the place that gives out CPAP machines. And he had some of my lab results. And it was pretty interesting to see what happened. And during the study, they said I had 13 apneic episodes in 1 minute. That they didn't tell me how long they lasted. I wish they would have told me that. But then they told me my O2 saturation, which a normal person, me, you, right now, should be between 95, 96 to 100 O2 saturation. That's everybody walking around day-to-day normal. And they said my O2 sat dropped down to 72 while sleeping. And that's pretty shocking. But again, I don't know if that was just me snoring, being apneic like I was, or was I apneic because I took so much drugs that, a cow could have slept through a tornado. I don't know. But I'd like to think I don't get that bad on a normal night sleeping at home. But who knows? So the past 2 nights, I've slept with a machine. I got the same little face mask that covers the mouth and just the tip of the nose. pretty easy. It's not too bad. I figured I'd be fighting the hose all the time and I couldn't sleep on my sides. I have no issues with it, and can't really tell a difference right now. The guy at the place said, you'll start feeling a difference about a week into it, little more than a week, and then you'll get so used to it that if you sleep without it, you'll sleep terrible. So I don't know. Tomorrow's gonna be my first day taking it to the fire station and sleeping it with it at the fire station. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll get some sleep, because they told me I have to sleep with it for 14 days straight and at least 4 hours a night. And then I'll go meet with Dr. Schmidt again, the sleep doctor, and she will release me. I guess she'll release me to have surgery, I guess. I don't know. There is a SD card in the machine that I have to take with me, and they read the information off the SD card. So we'll see. I don't know. It's only been 2 nights. I go meet with them on February 1st, and we'll see. But the sleep study wasn't too bad. The only thing, well, I don't know. All the wires really sucked. They give you enough drugs to knock you out till you sleep anyways, and I don't know, mixed emotions about it. But that's the update so far. February 1st is my appointment with Dr. Schmidt again, and then I'll hopefully have my last doctor's appointment in February, and then surgery sometime the 1st of March, hopefully. But check back more for more videos, and I'll talk to y'all later.